They thought it was just another routine stop, but what they uncovered would haunt them forever. Behind the wheel, in the trunk, or tucked away in glove compartments, police have stumbled upon horrors so disturbing they still struggle to speak about them. These are the most chilling discoveries ever made. Moments that turned ordinary shifts into real-life nightmares.
Ma'am, we need you to come with us.
Please, just cooperate quietly.
The tragic story began in 2019 when Deshelle Johnson, facing personal difficulties, made what she believed would be a temporary decision. She left her 2 young children, 7-year-old Jocelyn Marie James Johnson and 5-year-old Larry Darnell O'Neill III, in the care of her sister, Nicole Johnson, in Baltimore. What was meant to be a short-term arrangement while Deshelle sorted out her personal issues would turn into a nightmare that lasted years. For nearly 2 years, Deshelle struggled to maintain contact with her sister and children. She tried to reach her sister several times after dropping her children off and finally reached her in March 2021. When they finally spoke, arrangements had apparently been made for Deshelle to take her children back, but she again never heard back from Nicole. According to Nicole Johnson's later statements to police, Jocelyn passed away first, and Nicole kept her body in the trunk of her car and drove around with it for more than a year before it was discovered. She also claimed that 1 year after her niece died, her nephew Larry fell asleep in the car and never woke up. But instead of getting help, she put his body in a plastic box next to his sister's in the trunk. For over a year, Nicole Johnson drove around Baltimore County with the decomposing bodies of the 2 children hidden in her car's trunk, continuing her daily life as if nothing had happened. The horrific truth came to light during what should have been a routine traffic stop. It all began when officers assigned to the Essex precinct pulled over Johnson's vehicle on Eastern Boulevard near Wagner's Lane at approximately 11 p.m. The officers had initially stopped Nicole Johnson for speeding, but the situation quickly escalated when they discovered multiple violations. When the officer told the 33-year-old the car had to be towed because the tags were fake, the officer detected the unmistakable odor of decomposition. As officers prepared to impound the vehicle due to Johnson's lack of proper documentation, no license, no insurance, and fake temporary tags, the investigation took a shocking turn. During the traffic stop, the responding officer smelled the unmistakable odor of decomposition, and at one point saw maggots inside a bag. When officers asked Johnson to open the trunk, she initially resisted. Police said Johnson eventually removed a blanket from her trunk, exposing the decomposing remains of the 2 children. They were decomposing in the trunk of a car driven by their aunt. Nicole Johnson was immediately arrested at the scene. The discovery sent shockwaves through the Baltimore County Police Department and the local community. Detectives began piecing together the timeline of events, working to understand how long the children had been deceased and what had led to their deaths. The investigation revealed that Johnson had been driving around for over a year with the children's bodies in her trunk, going about her daily activities while concealing this horrific secret. The children had been missing from their mother's life for nearly 2 years, with Deshelle Johnson having no idea of the tragic fate that had befallen them. The case moved through the legal system over the next several years. Nicole Johnson was charged with child abuse resulting in death. In August 2024, she pleaded guilty to 2 counts of child abuse involving the death of a victim younger than 13. On February 10, 2025, Nicole Johnson, 36, held her face in her palms as Baltimore County Circuit Judge Nancy M. Purpura announced the sentence. Purpura gave Johnson a life sentence, but suspended all but 50 years. This case represents one of the most disturbing child welfare failures in recent Maryland history. 2 young children, who should have been protected by their aunt, instead suffered unknown circumstances that led to their deaths, followed by the unimaginable indignity of having their bodies concealed for over a year. The case highlighted critical gaps in child welfare systems and the importance of maintaining contact and oversight when children are placed in informal care arrangements. For their mother, Deshelle Johnson, What began as a temporary solution to personal difficulties became an unthinkable loss that no parent should ever have to endure. The investigation concluded with justice being served, but the tragedy of Jocelyn and Larry's deaths serves as a stark reminder of the vulnerability of children and the devastating consequences when those entrusted with their care fail them so completely. The case involves 32-year-old Raul Alexis Arellano Romero, a New Mexico man who was charged with custody interference after being found with a missing 13-year-old girl from Albertville, Alabama. The case came to light in April 2025 during a dramatic traffic stop in Arizona. The victim was 13-year-old Dietzi Carrasquillo Pizarro from Albertville, Alabama, who had been reported missing by her guardians. The Navajo County Sheriff's Office announced that around 5:37 a.m. on April 30th, a major crimes apprehension team detective stopped a vehicle traveling eastbound on I-40 near North Sun Valley Road in Sun Valley, just northeast of Holbrook, Arizona. During the traffic stop, officials stopped Raul Alexis Arellano Romero on Interstate 40 near North Sun Valley Road in Sun Valley, just northeast of Holbrook, when they discovered the girl hidden beneath a blanket in the front passenger seat. When initially questioned, Arellano Romero, who initially claimed the girl was a 19-year-old acquaintance from Las Vegas, revealed a different story upon questioning. The investigation revealed sophisticated attempts to conceal the girl's identity. Officers said the female provided a false identity and age, and had what appeared to be fake tattoos on her body, possibly used to alter or conceal her identity. After further questioning, police said the female disclosed her true name and date of birth, revealing she was a 13-year-old juvenile. This wasn't the first time Arellano Romero had taken the girl. Officials say Raul Alexis Arellano Romero, 32, had previously taken the 13-year-old from her guardians. Authorities believe that Arellano Romero traveled from New Mexico to Alabama and again took the 13-year-old without lawful custody or consent. About 9 a.m. Wednesday, investigators obtained a warrant on the person of interest, 32-year-old Raul Alexis Arellano Romero, for interference with custody, felony. At that time, the FBI was also notified and agreed to assist on the case. Arellano Romero was arrested and booked into the Navajo County Sheriff's Office jail on a warrant with a $100,000 bond before his extradition. Jail records show that 32-year-old Raul Alexis Arellano Romero was extradited to the Marshall County Jail on Wednesday. He is being charged with interference with custody. He is being held on a $100,000 bond. The case has proceeded through the court system, with Raul Alexis Arellano Romero set to appear mid-June in Marshall County Court. There appears to be an earlier case involving Arellano Romero in Virginia and Massachusetts, as Arellano Romero was taken to Rappahannock Shenandoah Warren Regional Jail, where a magistrate ordered him held without bond. Arellano Romero appeared in Shenandoah County General District Court the morning of July 30th, according to online records, though the details of this earlier case are not fully clear from the available information. This case highlights several concerning elements: interstate child trafficking, kidnapping, sophisticated attempts to alter a minor's appearance to conceal identity, repeat offenses involving the same victim, multi-state law enforcement coordination, the vulnerability of children to predatory individuals. The case demonstrates how modern law enforcement agencies coordinate across state lines and how a routine traffic stop can uncover serious criminal activity involving endangered children. Scott Dwight Habermale, 63, was riding his bike to work at Sandia National Laboratory around 4:40 a.m. when he was struck by the car. Habermale was a respected engineer who worked at the prestigious Sandia Labs and had made this bike commute part of his daily routine for years. The victim, 63-year-old Scott Habermale, was riding in a bike's lane the morning of May 29, 2024, while commuting to work when he was struck in a hit-and-run. Police said, what initially appeared to be a tragic accident would later be revealed as something far more sinister. On May 29, 2024, 3 juveniles, ages 13, 15, and 11, stole a car and intentionally ran down a cyclist commuting to work. Their victim, 63-year-old Scott Dwight Habermill, was riding in a designated bike lane when the young driver accelerated directly into him, killing him instantly. Police said there were no witnesses who saw the vehicle flee, and investigators were unable to find any surveillance footage. For months, the case remained unsolved and was treated as a hit-and-run accident. The investigation appeared to have reached a dead end. The case took a dramatic turn when investigators discovered crucial evidence on social media. This is video of 63-year-old Scott Habermill being killed in an apparent and deliberate hit-and-run, first discovered by Albuquerque police on social media. The video evidence was particularly disturbing, showing the teens discussing their plans before the attack. The Albuquerque Police Department released a video Tuesday, showing teens talk about bumping into Scott Habermill, who was riding his bicycle to work on May 29, 2024. The audio captured the teens saying, "Just bump in, bro. Like, bump him. Yeah, just bump him. Go like, 15. 20. The case involved 4 juveniles. Jonathan Overbay, the 13-year-old driver who has since received the maximum sentence. Messiah Hayes, 11 years old at the time. Police said he was a passenger in the stolen car and was armed with a gun. William Garcia, 15 at the time of the murder. Elijah Engelking, 15 at the time, was in the stolen car accused of intentionally crashing into Habermill. Nearly 10 months after the murder, police began making arrests. Albuquerque police say an 11-year-old, a 13-year-old, were arrested first. APD detectives arrested William Garcia today for his role in the 2024 murder. The Albuquerque Police Department have arrested a 4th teen for his alleged role in the 2024 murder of Scott Habermill. The case moved quickly through the courts once arrests were made. The driver of that car was Overbay, who received the harshest sentence. Teen, given max sentence after hitting and killing Albuquerque bicyclist. A 12-year-old New Mexico boy has been charged with first-degree murder in connection with the killing of Scott Habermill, 63, referring to Hayes, who was charged as a 12-year-old despite being 11 at the time of the crime. The case sent shockwaves through the Albuquerque community and raised serious concerns about juvenile crime. This case caused outrage in the community and called on lawmakers to tackle juvenile crime laws. Albuquerque Police Chief Harold Medina said he was alarmed to learn of a homicide near Las Vegas, Nevada, with details very similar to the fatal hit-and-run of a Sandia Labs employee last year. The investigation revealed disturbing details about the perpetrators' backgrounds. The child Hayes is one of 3 boys accused of intentionally crashing a stolen car into Habermill and had a long felony rap sheet. According to the district attorney's office, he is also a suspect in multiple commercial burglaries. Perhaps most disturbing was the suggestion that this wasn't an isolated incident. APD. Habermill hit-and-run may be tied to social media trends, indicating that similar crimes may have been occurring elsewhere, possibly inspired by or connected to social media challenges or trends. The Scott Habermill case represents a particularly disturbing example of juvenile crime in America. Key aspects include premeditated nature. The video evidence clearly showed the teens planning the attack. Age of perpetrators. The involvement of children as young as 11 in a deliberate murder. Social media documentation. The perpetrators filmed their crime and posted it online. Community impact. The murder of a respected scientist shocked the Albuquerque community. Legal challenges. The case highlighted gaps in juvenile justice systems. Potential trend. Concerns that this may be connected to broader social media-driven criminal behavior. The case stands as a tragic reminder of the vulnerability of cyclists and the shocking capacity for violence among increasingly young perpetrators. Scott Habermill's death not only robbed his family and community of a respected individual, but also raised profound questions about juvenile crime, social media influence, and public safety in modern America.